Alright, to start out this look, we're going to do a primer. This is going to help your makeup last longer, and it's just going to make everything sit on your face that much better. And here I'm using the Mally Perfect Prep Poreless Primer. Next, we're going to move on to foundation, and I'm going to be using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation. Here I'm using the shade Fair. This foundation is really good and full coverage, and it also helps control oil. I'm using this lighter shade in all the spots I'm going to highlight later on. And then I'm going to move on to my darker shade. I'm going to put that in the areas that I contour. I really don't know if this really makes that big of a difference, but to me it does, and it's a good way to sort of add very subtle dimension to your face without contouring, which we're going to do later, but you know, you have to be extra sometimes. Then we're going to use the Beauty Blender to blend all that in. Make sure you use the Beauty Blender damp so that it creates a flawless finish on your face. And just blend that all in. Make sure you go down to the ears and neck and eliminate any harsh lines that are possible to be there. And just blend. So we're going to contour, so you just take that and put it anywhere you want shadows to be on your face. So I'm starting out underneath the cheekbone to give more definition, and then I'm going to go on my temple to make my face look slimmer, then on the forehead to make your forehead look smaller, then on the jawline to make that more defined. Next I'm going to go under my bottom lip here in a second, and that just adds a shadow, making your lip look bigger and plumper. And then I'm going to use it to straighten and slim my nose. Yeah, girl. And then we're going to use a stippling brush to blend that in. And this is important to try to keep the color in the same general area so it doesn't mess up where you want your shadows to be. And you don't just have random dark spots on your face, you know? But this is a very important step to make sure that everything's blended out nicely and there's no harsh lines and everything's looking natural, you know? So just blend, blend, blend. That's really the key to contouring. It's not that hard once you learn how to blend. And I'm not an expert at it at all, but that's my advice. Just blend, blend, blend. Then we're just gonna do even more blending and blend with our Beauty Blender. I think that just gives a more flawless finish. Next we're gonna go in with concealer to highlight, and I'm using the Bare Minerals Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in Fair, and I'm just going under my eyes to make them look more bright and awake. Then I'm gonna go down the bridge of my nose to make it appear slimmer and straighter, and then on my forehead, in the middle, and then I'm going to take the concealer underneath where I just contoured my cheekbone, and I think that just adds precision and definition, and I really like the look of it. And again, we're going to go in with our Beauty Blender and just blend all that concealer out and just kind of go over the contoured areas too, and just make sure everything is blended together and looks nice and natural and there's no harsh lines. Alright, and then after we're done blending, we're going to use some translucent powder under the eyes on all the highlighted areas where we put concealer, just kind of to set it in place and make sure it doesn't move around. Alright, after we've done that, we're going to move on to the eye, and first I'm going to prime my eye by using concealer, the same concealer we used highlighting earlier. Just blend that out with a Beauty Blender. And then for extra protection, we're going to set that with translucent powder just to help our eyeshadow blend better. I don't know, I just like to do it. Alright, for this look, we're going to use the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. And first I'm going to put the shade Strange from lid to brow bone, just kind of all over. Then on just the lid, we're going to use the shade Dust. I really like this shade. It's a cute little shimmery pink shade. It really helps brighten up your eyes. Alright, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Nooner on a big fluffy blending brush and just kind of use this as my transition shade in the crease. As you can see, I'm kind of focusing more color on the outer corner. That just kind of helps open up your eyes, make them look bigger. Yeah, just blend that in really well. That's going to help us blend out our shades, our darker shades, as we move on. Alright, then on a smaller blending brush, I'm going to go in with the shade called Dark Side, and we're going to focus that more on the outside corner while still blending it in towards the inner of the eye, just not as much. Kind of focusing it in on the outer corner, like I said, helps your eye look bigger. Alright, and then on a smaller blending brush, we are going to go in with the shade, what's it called? Black Heart. Just a second, yeah. And we're going to focus that really on that outer V. I really like this Naked 3 palette. I think it's kind of a more softer, feminine version of the Naked palettes. And it kind of just, you can build a lot of different looks with it, but this is my favorite neutral, going out weekend look. And then I'm just going to take that big fluffy brush that we started out with and blend. This part of the look is just really placing the colors where you want them to go. We're going to clean up, you see on my lid where all that color got down in there, we're going to clean that up later on. Right now it's just focusing on the crease and getting that smoked out and looking good. Alright, now it's time to clean up the lid, like I said we were going to do before. To do this, we're going to take the concealer and we're going to put that on the inner 3/4 of the eye. Just kind of pat that in with your finger. Nothing too crazy, just trying to get a good canvas for the shades we're going to put on next. Alright, now that we've got that concealer down, we're going to take the shade Dust and we are going to put that on where we put the concealer down. Like I said, this is a really good shimmer shade, really good and neutral. So you're going to take that, pack it on as good as you can. Sometimes I like to wet my brush with a setting spray before I go in with a shimmer, and it just makes it more metallic and more vibrant. But that's just up to you what kind of intensity you want for your look. Then I'm going back in with the shade Black Heart and just kind of softening up the lines from where I put down the shimmer and just making sure everything blends really nicely. Alright, and then I decided to take my highlighter shade, which I use the Mary Luminizer by The Balm, and just focus that in on the very center of the lid just to give your shimmer more intensity, because one shimmer is just sometimes not enough. Then I finished my look with eyebrows, eyeliner, mascara off camera. And the lip shade I'm using is called Frick Frack by ColourPop. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this look. I love making it for y'all. And I hope I see you next time. Alright, bye.